Celebrations around the world are being called off due to terror alerts. This is Risk and Reward. I'm Deirdre Bolton. Belgium canceling a New Year's Eve fireworks display in Brussels. Also in Turkey, authorities arresting two suspected ISIS terrorists, saying the nation's capital of Ankara was the target as people rang in the new year. Those celebrations canceled as well. Retired gunnery sergeant Jessie Duff is with me now. So Sergeant, great to have you here. I want to talk about Brussels and Ankara, but I want to ask you first, how safe are American cities 24 hours to go?
Exactly. We're going to have over 1 million people that are going to be in Times Square. So right now we're looking at 5,000 to 6,000 police officers that are going to be in the area. That's just counting the Times Square's area. They're going to even have snipers up on the buildings. They're going to not allow garbage cans to be exposed. They're going to seal up all the manhole covers. I really think we have the best police departments in the world. They're the best trained. I do believe Americans must remain vigilant, though. Don't ever take it for granted that it's only going to be New York or D.C. Look at what happened in San Bernardino. When you least expected, a terrorist attack could happen.
Okay, fair enough. And why we say this slogan repeatedly: if you see something, say something.
Say something.
When you look, Sergeant, at Brussels or Ankara or even London, there was a couple, and in London this didn't have to do with New Year's Eve, but essentially this couple has received a life in prison sentence for plotting to bomb either the underground, the subway, or a shopping center, but asking on Twitter which targets they should be hitting. Are the authorities getting better at detecting movements? Are they getting better at monitoring social media?
Here's what it boils down to, is that you're never going to be able to stop everybody, because what it boils down to is that there are so many of them, and there's over 100,000 ISIS members, okay? And that's the active ones, not even counting the inactive. That's why it requires all of us to be vigilant. You cannot become dependent upon your government to protect you if you're not willing to protect yourself. You have to stay vigilant. I would suggest people think about if they are able to carry a sidearm, if they are able to do these things, if they're able to get training. Do it. Don't sit back and wait for someone else to help you, because the vigilance is incredible. They have derailed many attacks throughout this country multiple times, but all it takes is one time. And we saw that in San Bernardino. We saw that in Boston. It happens.
It certainly happens. Next steps going forward. You have worked, obviously, as a gunnery sergeant. You have seen both sides, civilian life, military life. If there was one piece of advice you would offer, whether it's to mayors or governors, in the next 24 hours, what is it?
I would say, essentially, make sure you make everybody aware of what the dangers are and what the risks are. And make sure you get public service messages out that if you see certain areas that they must be vigilant with, make sure the public is aware of that. Don't hide anything. Keep us aware of what's going on. And I think we all will have a wonderful, happy New Year.
Okay, Jessie Duff, great to see you. Retired gunnery sergeant. Happy New Year if we do not speak before
Thank you, Deidre.